Welcome to Why They Play the Game, a show created to discuss the NBA on and off the court. I'm just one of your co-hosts, Michael Eric Owens.
And I'm Ken Hayes.
Oh, my brother, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. How you doing?
Man, it's it was an exciting week of basketball and man, let's get right into it. But first of all,
Okay.
folks, listen, before we get into it, we need for you to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification button so that you can get all of our content. We're getting close to the All-Star game, and the second half of the season has begun. So, Ken, our game of the week was the Golden State Warriors versus the Phoenix Suns, or I should switch that around because Golden State was at home. Man, what was your observations? Exciting ball game.
It was a great ball game. I think I told you this a little earlier. Is that man? This is the best game I've seen all year.
Mm,
And why I say that is because had some great players, Durant, Curry, off the Booker. So and then it had a little let's just say to it with Draymond and Nurkic and
Nurkic, yeah, getting back into it.
right. So, Nurkic, he's trying to make it seem like, he wasn't backing down and, Draymond ain't gonna back down. So it,
Yeah.
it was yeah, it was a good game. It was a close game and it came down to a last shot by Curry. So, we get into it. But my take from it, Mike, is Phoenix, uh they just that bench for them.
Mm,
Let me start that way. No player off the bench in double figures. I think Gordon is probably let's just say the main producer off the bench. He had about 7 points. Then,
mm.
uh,
Yeah.
2 for 5. But the other thing that stuck out to me too, Mike, is Durant went 10 for 25 and
Mm,
then ended up with just 24 points. I'll take that all day if I'm the, opposing team.
absolutely.
Book had a nice game, ended up with 32. Uh, my My thing was, I thought Phoenix would take advantage of the situation with Draymond playing center,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
Nurkic only had 6 points. He only ended up with 6 points, 3 out of 7. So I just thought they didn't take advantage of that situation. Curry
Yeah.
had a good game,
Mhm.
and hit the let's just say the winning bucket uh, for them to win. But on that side, man, Klay Thompson. Man, Mike, he just looked like he just lost. And when I say that, I mean Clay, man, sharpshooter, could play, play both ends of the court.
Mhm.
He was what, 2 for 10?
Yeah.
And I just
Mhm.
think it's just a mind game with him because Mike, even let's just say, even though Golden State didn't re-sign you or give you a max deal, my attitude like, well, I'm gonna play for a new contract if it's with Golden State or if it's with some other team. The other thing also, and I'll come back to that, is Wiggins. I mean, didn't have a great game, 5 for 13. So both of them were a combination of like 7 for 23. That's
Yeah.
your two starters. So
Yeah.
Wiggins is he off and on, but Kaminga he had a nice
Yeah.
game. He's
No doubt he
I
did.
think yeah, Golden State came out with some energy,
Mhm.
it was like I said, it was just a good game, Mike, to me. I mean, uh, on a Saturday,
Yeah.
Saturday night, if you're looking for a entertaining game. So yeah, to me, this was
Well,
the best game of the season for me.
well, I think anytime you have you know, Durant, Booker, Curry, Thompson, you know what I mean? Like anytime you
Right.
have them cats on the floor, they gonna battle it out.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I just thought um, I just thought that Golden State looked more like Golden State of the old. I mean, they were moving the ball.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh, you know, um, Draymond was running around. He was taking advantages of missed opportunities on the defensive end by Phoenix because Phoenix is again, Phoenix is not a good defensive team, man. I mean, and Phoenix is going to always have a problem. I'm shocked. I'm shocked that it actually came down to the last second shot because I thought Golden State had kind of established themselves, and I thought they were going to kind of pull away a little bit, and then all of a sudden, the individuality of Booker, of Bill, of Durant just took over in the end, and all they did was just basically break them down and go 1-on-1 and just go to the hole on them or pull up on them.
Okay.
I mean, it was no ball movement down the stretch for Phoenix, and I think that's going to be Phoenix' problem, man, because each one of those dudes know they can get a bucket anytime they want to. The
Yeah, that's
problem is,
true.
what did you say Nurkic had?
6 points.
Okay, and they had the advantage on the inside.
Oh,
So
big
why did
time.
he?
What is it, Draymond, what,
Draymond was
6'7", 6'6"?
yeah,
And
he
Nurkic
might be
was 7
six,
foot?
six exactly. So what I'm
Come
saying
on,
is
man.
they have that advantage, Ken, but they wasn't going. No, these are bucket getters, man. And so this dude is why didn't you just let him dominate? Right? Why didn't you just,
Exactly.
let him know? Because that's going to be Phoenix' problem is taking the ball out of the hands of their superstars who frankly are known for getting hoops. I mean, it's ain't listen, Durant is the most unselfish dude on that team. Let's just keep it real
Exactly. Yeah,
because
right.
he only need Durant. I mean, Durant can give you. I mean, he gonna get to the line. So Durant on 12 shots, he can get you 35. Okay, that's just like crazy
Any
numbers,
night.
right? But Booker's not like that. Okay, Booker's gonna put
No.
up 20, 25. He may even put 30 shots up. Bill's gonna do the same thing. So when you have that, I just don't think. I think they're gonna have trouble, Ken, as you mentioned early on in the season. They're gonna have trouble with their bench, as you pointed out in this game. And I just don't think in the closing minutes, man, that 1-on-1 is going to work. And that's their mentality. Can they get tough buckets? Absolutely.
Oh, yeah,
But can they do
definitely.
that consistently against a great team like a Denver? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Can they do that against, teams out there like a Minnesota, like a Boston? You know what I mean? Can they do that consistently, just simply breaking folks down? And my answer to that would be no. Sooner or later, it's going to catch up and bite you. Do you think that this game propels either one of these teams to start making a run? I mean, Phoenix has been playing pretty decent as of late, and also I'll give the Warriors some credit. They put together, I think, a couple of wins here. But do you think that this will be a turning point for any of them?
Let's start with Phoenix. I think with, Durant, Beal, and Booker playing together, let's just say consistently, that's going to help them. They've been playing, let's just say, better of late, seeing that they have all three on the floor. But I'll still say this: that bench has got to do a better job. Let's just say manufacturing points for them. On the other side, Golden State, man, they came out with a lot of energy last night, as I said before. But the thing that bothers me is that you go to that small lineup, teams are going to say, well, let me get some buckets in the paint, against Draymond. I mean, don't get me. I mean, I think
Exactly.
Draymond's a good defensive player, but I mean, you look at that. I mean, 7 foot, and somebody guarding you who is 6'6". At
He should have been punished
man,
on
come
that.
on, thank you. But the thing about it is the other thing that I'll say this about Golden State. The change up as far as lineup is concerned, what happens to Looney, who gives you, let's just say, 12 to 17 rebounds a game, gives you that extra effort, offensive rebounds, block shots. So, does he get lost in space that he's not getting that playing time?
Yeah, I mean, that was again, there was rumors, man, about Looney, the Milwaukee boy, um,
Mhm.
getting bounced somewhere else. But we've heard that, man. He does. People say Draymond, but a lot of people say Looney, man, is like the heart and soul of that team. And I just think it's it depends on how they want to play. I
Oh,
think there's going to be some games, where they're going to need Looney, they're going to need his size. I think they kind of figure going up against Phoenix, they probably needed more speed. They probably felt like, if they brought Looney in and he got on some of those switches, you see what I'm
okay.
saying? He got
Right.
caught on some of those switches with Bill, with Booker, that would hurt him even more. So maybe the game plan was like, we have to be small against these guys because they got three assassins. Um, I just, again, man, you talked about Klay Thompson, and
Hmm.
I think, I just think sometimes, and I don't know if this is Klay's thing, but I do know, like, when you lose your legs and a certain mobility, and you know, he- you can it can we can say what happened mentally, but what threw him off, right? Is it because he's had every opportunity to get back in the game, to get back to the level that he was. I just think sometimes, man, you can't forget about the injuries that he has had and how that affects your shooting, your mobility, your defense playing, all of that. We see that with Chris Middleton. We see that Chris doesn't have, although he's coming back, he's looking good. He doesn't have the same lateral movement. He doesn't have, I mean, it's just a fact of being injured. And
Injury.
so I
Right.
don't know, Ken, if I just don't know if we ever gonna see that version of Clay before. Think about it like this, Ken. We used to love Grant Hill. We love Grant Hill,
Oh
right?
yeah.
And Grant was a bad boy, but he got injured. And then
Stayed injured.
we saw like he just couldn't. Oh, Penny Hardaway. Let's throw
Yeah.
Penny in there. Penny was
Right.
cold, man, but he got injured. Bill Walton. So I mean, the list goes on and on. And
Oh,
sometimes I
definitely.
think we see, because of the modern era where players can actually come back and play. I think sometimes we think, well, man, this is just Clay back, Clay, but Clay is back, but the Clay we knew ain't back, right? And it's not his fault. It's because we have this human body, man, that what?
Oh.
It has a mind of its own, Kim. But what's your thoughts on
Oh.
that?
I get what you're saying, Mike, but I just think for me, just looking on the outside, as we all are, is that his mind or his focus is just not on the game 100%. It's just like he's
Mm,
somewhere else, Mike.
mm.
I mean, Mike, I agree with you 100% about the injuries probably is piling up for him. But the thing about it is that if I was in this position, I think I would say, okay, hey, they didn't sign me. I'm a ball out. I'm going to do everything I can to get, let's just say a max contract, if you want to
Mhm.
call it that, or, a contract for 4 or 5 years. That's what I'll be trying to do. It's almost like, you in your last year of this contract. So what you gonna do? They're not giving you they haven't given you a new one yet. They want to see what you're gonna do for the rest, for this season. So
Maybe he want to bounce.
nah, mm-mm, I don't think so. I think he want to stay
I
with
mean,
Golden State as long as he can. I mean, I don't think it's his decision anymore right about now. But
yeah. I, I
so
I thought if they got rid of him, then that would answer the question. Because if they had traded him somewhere else, then we would have really seen whether or not he still had that caliber of talent going with another team. Um, I mean, man, Clay got a lot of money too. I mean, I'm just
oh
gonna, he's had big contracts, and so I mean,
oh
like,
yeah,
we have to think about too. And he's won what? How many championships have they won? What, three,
4.
4 championships? So he's
Yeah.
won championships. So what is in? He's had an injury history. He's got money. He's won championships. What's the motivation, Ken? What's the motivation? If the motivation is to go back and win another championship and to be great and this, that, and the other thing, but if you have the injuries, you have still things plaguing you, you feel like you're not playing at your top level, what's the motivation for him to go ahead and play? How many more seasons is he gonna play, given his injury history? Are we saying 3 more years, 5 more years. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So
I
maybe
get
the
what you're saying.
motivation's just not there for it, man. I mean, like,
Yeah, you could.
you know what I mean? You can be the best player in the
Right.
world, but if you ain't got motivation to go out there and do it, it's just like, and I would say I don't know what motivates him right now. If the Warriors were second in the West, killing people, and because the thing also, Ken, how hard does Clay and others have to go out to win? If you notice, Golden State, even
Wait.
the games they won, they ain't beat nobody down. Like they
Oh no.
like
Right.
they barely
Right.
walking out with the game. So how hard does you want this dude to continue to play? Where is the motivation? And I just don't know if Clay
If
has
he
that
has it or
level of
not.
I just don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Mike, I can't,
Yeah.
can't push back on nothing you said because the
Yeah.
thing about it is that, only he knows that, but I'm I'm just thinking that, let's just say the average player, like I'm
Mm-hmm.
in this contract year, I'm just gonna do whatever I can to make some more money. I mean, isn't money and
Yeah. Yeah.
championships? Isn't that the motivation?
Yeah, sometime, man, like you would think I'm gonna go out there and get that. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like I'm about to max my deal out, but I don't know, man. Somehow if you sitting on $300-400 million, you may you know what I'm saying? Like, and you might be thinking I might just do 2 more years or 3 more. You know what I mean? Like, I
right,
don't know, man, because I ain't never been in that position. Maybe one
right,
of our listeners is sitting on 400 million dollars or something. Just let us know how you roll with that.
right.
But man, great game. No, great game,
Yeah.
man. And you know what I like, man? I like to see, the throwback players, man. It wasn't a game that was 130 to 140. I mean, it was a hard fought, I felt they played a lot half court, toward the end of the game, which symbolizes the playoff type of basketball. So you had some old dogs out here, man, that was just like going at it.
All right. They
And
were balling.
yeah, they were balling, man. So great game. Does any one of those two teams have a chance to get to the NBA Finals? No, no, no. Exciting series.
Yeah.
But no, no, no. I would say Phoenix has a better chance if they I don't know what they're gonna do about their bench, man, but I just don't. And again, I would be shocked to see I would like to see all those dudes stay healthy, but I'd be shocked to see that they all stay healthy for the rest of the year. I'm just look,
Yeah.
the
I
past
mean,
is a great predictor of the future, bro.
yeah,
Okay.
that's true.
Just I'm
Yeah.
I'm more likely going to be correct than I'm going to be wrong simply because of the past. So Ken, I don't put it's as they say, it's eye candy right now, but I don't put much stock in either one of those coming
I,
out of the West, man.
I
You've
think
got
I think Phoenix has a better chance than
mm,
Golden State to me. But on the other end, if Kaminga man could just play like he did last night on a consistent basis, they could that gives them a better shot. I
well,
mean,
Kent, I think they have to elevate that young boy.
they
He
do,
can't,
and I
yeah, he
think
can't be a side piece. He got to be the main piece. You understand what I'm saying? He can't be the pastor side piece. He got to be the main piece. Come on now, he got to be in the vine, baby. And last, I think the last night they allow for him to be part of the main dish. And so we
oh
see what he's
man,
capable of, man. When you get him in the floor of the game and you let him play and you're not snatching him out like Steve Kerr was doing with him before, man, Kaminga gone. Yeah, yeah, you better
Ni-
recognize, right?
nine for 18, 21 points, man. So
Man, he was
yeah,
going to the hole, man.
oh,
Like he put Durant in the spin cycle one
oh
time.
man,
I was like, okay, young fella.
right.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And he
Give
loved
him
and
some
he
time.
loved hey, he loved putting you on the poster too.
Oh yeah.
he don't jump with him, man, because he gonna definitely try to poke it on you. Man, I've always liked Kaminga, and I thought the part of their problem was they didn't develop him and bring him along He was always on the side, man, like Poole and like others. Like, no, this is, this the click here, right? You can
Right.
come in
Yeah.
off the bench and get what you want to get, but you can't be one of us. And then if they let him be one of them, oh yeah, then I would
That's
say Golden State, you gonna have to, and let's just be honest. Who got their hands raised in the classroom saying they want to play Golden State in the first round?
nobody.
Okay. Man, you don't want to play Steph in the first round. Are you
uh,
serious? Come on.
Mike,
Hey,
let me,
listen, kid, we talking about, hold on, kid, when we talking about Clay, Clay slowing down this thing. Get him in the first round, see what he do. Okay, all
yeah.
of a sudden he got energy, he got renewed life, his stroke is good. No, man.
Focus.
Exactly, his mind there. No, bro, you don't want them in the first round, period.
but but Mike, so the shot that Curry hit to go up.
Mm,
So to me, it was really a bad pass that he
mm.
received. I can't remember who took it out of bounds, but it was and Bill had a chance to,
Oh, he almost snatched it.
just snap right. And Curry got that, turned around. Yeah. Turned around
Okay,
like, here, take this and we out of here.
Ken, everybody on that floor can shoot that except for Steph. But come on, man. Listen, I am doubling Steph.
Dang,
I'm
man. Come
doubling.
on.
I'm not gonna let Steph go back. He had hit he had already hit 8 threes. Like,
Yeah.
come on, stop it. Stop it, kid. He hit 8 threes and where were they at? They were in the crib, man. I'm
Yeah.
like, are you really not going to double him? So
Yeah. That's a great
Steph
point.
hit that 8 out of 10 times, man. I'll be honest with you, man. I would have doubled him. Somebody else is going to have to beat me other than Steph. Okay. Clay's having a bad night. Let Clay take it.
All right.
And if he hit it, then you know what? You take that.
Yeah,
But
right.
you're not gonna, man.
Congratulations.
Come on, man. Curry at home. This is like this is his time, man. See, that's what Ken, let's go. Let's see. This is what we're talking about with defense when it comes to Phoenix. Bradley Beal, like you said, Bradley Beal could have had that ball. If he had just kept breaking, he would have
Right.
had that ball.
That he
But what did he do? He fall back. Oh yeah, I got him. I can play him straight up. No, you can't. Because man,
man,
Steph
stop.
know every inch of that gym. Okay, like he can do that in his sleep. Stop it.
Right.
So I was shocked. I was like, man, they not gonna double him? Oh, okay, it's over. Thank you. See you later.
Right. Night night.
Night night. Yeah, he didn't do the night night on him,
Right.
but he should have had did the night night on him, man, because that was too easy. That was
Oh
too easy.
yeah.
He hit harder threes during the regular game than in the end. And I'm like, everybody in the gym know, just like when Mike used to play, everybody know where the ball
Where the
going.
ball go?
However,
Oh yeah.
the difference is Mike was taller, was stronger. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't going to stop him. He was going to rise up over you. He was going to make the difficult shot. Steph is smaller. You could have doubled him with some big guys, man. I can't, again, I'm not an NBA coach, and there's probably a good reason I'm not. But I'm just saying, I'm doubling Steph Curry, man.
Yeah. I'm right with you, Mike. Hey,
Crazy,
Mike,
man. So yeah, yeah,
go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. Let's go into the trades. So we
The
had some
trades.
folks, we had some significant trades, and in a moment here, we're gonna have a little audio from Pat Bev. But Ken, go ahead. What did you think about the trades? Walk us through them.
Let's go with the Bucks trading for Pat Bev
Okay.
and giving up Payne. Um, I mean, I'm gonna say for me a horse apiece, and the reason why I say that Pat is a offensive liability. Um, not the same Pat Bev that we could, that was, let's just say 5, 6 years ago. Yeah, he's a decent on ball defender. Um, is he gonna give you some headaches? Yeah. Payne, I mean, his shot wasn't as consistent as you would like as far as your backup point guard. Um, ran the team, I think, pretty well. I like Payne to be, when he was with Phoenix. So you give up let's just say you give a little offense to get a little more defense. And I think I'll say this, Mike. I think Milwaukee's owners and management, they're trying to do anything that they can to win right now.
Desperate.
I give them credit for that.
I
Well,
call it
yeah, we said that.
desperation.
Yeah,
Not a good look.
but you got to give them credit. You got to give them
I
credit,
don't
though.
know, man.
They gon'
You know that dude in high school that's desperate, Ken? Like he trying to get any girl. He just desperate, man. It's not a good look, man. It's not a good
It's not
look.
a good look. It's not.
And then he get that one where everybody like, man, nobody want her, bro. But go ahead, because he desperate. No, it's not a good look for management, man. They desperate. But go ahead, kid.
But the thing about it, right, wrong, or indifference, as far as their moves are concerned, they're doing something. I give them that. If it's a good move, bad move, or whatever the case may be, they're pulling the trigger because they want to win right now. And yeah, as far as desperation, yeah, they I'll move on from. But Milwaukee, I think it was a sign that they showed that they want to improve on the defensive end. Gives them a little bit more energy. I'll say this again. I think that this energy that Pat Bev is going to give the team, that should be coming from Giannis. That's just how I look at it.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, Ken.
But the thing about it, Pat and Doc, they have a relationship. So Doc probably feels a little bit more comfortable with Pat, and it is what it is.
Yeah, when I first of all, I'm like you. I like. If anybody knows me, I'm partial to point guard, so I really like Campaign, and I consider Campaign more of a traditional point guard than I do Pat Bev. Right, Pat Bev is, well, I'll get to that, but so to see him go, I was like, running the second unit, I kind of like how he did that. He had his highs and his lows, but I've always liked Campaign. But and then I thought about the move. I really thought about the move because I have not been, and clearly I can speak for myself. I have not been a Pat Bear fan.
Me either.
Okay,
I think he's a dirty player.
Not been, and I think that's probably the view on Pat Bev over the course of his career. What I will say is over the past few years, I have not seen the outrageousness that we saw, with the Russell Westbrook incident. And we've had other people take over in that position, like Dylan Brooks and other folks that have stepped up to the plate and said,
Right.
I would, Draymond, I'll be
Draymond,
there, because it used to be, you had Pat Bev, then you had Chris Paul. A lot of people forget that about Chris Paul. Chris Paul used to be, dirty, right? And
used to be.
Well,
Let me go ahead.
I think a lot of those guys, man, have cleaned it up. I don't know if it's age or, man, I just don't want to deal like that no more. So I think Pat cleaned up a lot of that stuff. But again, he's this type of player where if he play on your team, you're gonna love him. If he plays on the opposite team, you're gonna hate him. I mean, that's just how he's an agitator. He's gonna talk big smack to you. And he's got this edge to him. Now, let me say this. When I sat back and thought about this, Ken, it's probably the best move that the Bucks could have made given what was out there. I mean, they couldn't get like a Royce O'Neal, they couldn't get a Dorian Finney-Smith. They couldn't make those things work because they don't have the picks and they don't have you see what I'm saying? They don't want to give away Bobby. They don't want to give away. And so I think given the circumstances, Pat is a point of attack. He can stop the ball. He's going to fight through those picks. And I think also, as you see, even in day one when he was there, oh, man, he's a talker. He's going to get in your face.
Right.
And the question is whether or not the other players can handle that, man. And we have some audio. You want to run this audio right quick from Pat? And
sure,
then we can kind of talk about
okay.
Let's go ahead and run this audio right quick.
Pat, first off, welcome to Milwaukee. And what a debut. How are you feeling now that that you are officially a Milwaukee Buck?
I mean, I came in real late last night. I tried to get the physical done. I wanted to come out here and play in front of these great fans. I hope I didn't disappoint. But I'm fortunate to get a win tonight.
Pat, what do you feel like you bring to this squad, and how are you feeling being a part of this championship caliber team?
Just the edge. You know, I'm real vocal. I'm always speak the truth. You know, the way I present the truth is real hard, but it's honest. I respect the game. I enjoy playing the game. There was an easy decision here.
And how did you feel like you were able to impact tonight? You guys held your opponent to only 84 points. What was your impact?
I think we did it collectively. Obviously, you know, the two pillars in Dame and Giannis, but I think the others came in, we made plays and we made shots. We made the game easy for everyone tonight.
Welcome to Milwaukee, Pat.
Subscribe to the pod.
doing that cross promotion, huh?
Right.
So you heard Pat talk about, you know, just how, you know, how he communicates, man, and how it can be hard, it can be difficult. But this is what he brings to the table, Ken. He brings that sort of intensity that Giannis doesn't have, that Dame doesn't have. You have two guys on there, in Crowder and Bobby, that are intense, that are very vocal. Most of those other cats, man, they're I'm not gonna say they're docile, but they don't get in your face. They don't do those sort of things. I don't know if you noticed Giannis the other day, he walked out before the game was over. He came back, but he walked out. It was out of frustration. And I think you need someone. Pat Bev's going to bring that level of accountability. He's going to tell Giannis, stop bringing the ball up. You got to get on the wing. Oh, bruh.
That's totally right.
Trust me, Pat. Hey, you know what they say? Be careful what you ask for, because what you're going to get from Pat Bev is a dude that's going to be up in your grill, and I think it's going to make a difference for the Bucks. It can't hurt them. This trade right there cannot hurt them one iota, man, because what he brings, they don't need offense, Ken. They don't need all. I mean, he hit a couple of threes. That's all they need.
That's
out
all
of him.
right. Exactly.
They don't need, and he know he is there to push them to work hard, and he's going to be pushing them every single time. And man, sometimes you get tired of having that dude in your head,
right,
and you go out there, you're going to do what you got to do. And so I think for the Bucks, am I going to say this is a game changer?
No.
It remains to be seen. I'm not going to say it's not, though, because what I'm going to say is this, man. That stuff, what Pat Bev bring to the table, that energy and all of that, that's contagious, bro. That's when you see it working.
Yeah, but what if it goes opposite? But I don't think it would. But there's always that chance. I think Pat Bev is just a smaller version of PJ Tucker. That's how I look at it. I just think that, for, like you said, for what he brings, that intensity, that challenge to everybody that's on the team, I think is great. I think they need it. Sometimes they look like they're walking through the game also. So, I think the relationship that Doc has with him is huge, Mike. That will give Pat, let's just say, some support, in what he's saying to the other players. So,
and let me tell you something. If you don't think Doc is going to be telling him, look, I need you to say this to these cats. I've been saying it, and something ain't been happening. I need you to go, and he gonna go in there. He gonna tell them, this is what we need to do. We need to stop playing around, right? And you need that player that can hold other players accountable. And let me tell you why it's I think Giannis them will take this, because when you look at, say, Bobby Portis, Bobby gets jumps on them. They have this team meeting. Bobby says this. Bobby says that. Who did Bobby play with? Bobby ain't played with no other Hall of Famers. Bobby don't have that credibility that Pat has. Pat has played with the MVP, Joe Embiid. He's played with Kawhi. He's played with these other players, man. So when he comes, it's like he's He didn't say these things to Kawhi. He didn't say these things to Embiid. So naturally you're like, okay, I got to respect this thing because this dude done been around great players, man. It wasn't the same thing with Bobby Portis, right? So what I'm saying, his voice is going to be much more impactful because they know this dude is not talking crazy, right? And when you see a dude outworking you, Ken, you in basketball practice, this dude talking to you, he outworking you. And he's saying to you, you need to come on, we need to do this. You got to step your game up, man, because that's embarrassing.
Oh,
you understand
definitely.
what I'm saying? So I think a lot of those things could not take place in the Bucks organization, man, because they didn't have the proper personnel. Do not be shocked. Do not be shocked if the Bucks look 75% better. Do not be shocked. Because to me, Ken, and I'll say this. To me, the Bucks' problem was never coaching.
No.
It was never coaching. It was like they just were not motivated to go out there and get it done and to work hard. I just felt like they felt like we had so much talent. Like our talent would get it done. We didn't need to like grind like that. And now when they understand, yeah, you need to grind like that, Ken. I just don't. They wouldn't do it for Adrian. And now, you know, and we again, we could see that for the first few games, they really didn't do it for Doc. Okay, 1-5, right? Okay, let's keep it real, right? It wasn't like they went from second in the East to now what they're third. It might even be fourth pretty soon here.
If they lose tomorrow, yeah.
So what I'm saying is like you going in the wrong direction, and you said the coach was the problem. Now the coach gone, and what else is it? Uniforms a problem? Know, the blue color. You know, I don't. You see what I'm saying?
But I think Adrian's coach, I won't say his. I'll just say that he kind of said, you know, he wanted to be, let's just say, a player's coach, and you know, got a lot of input from the players of, you know, what the team should do. That ain't gonna happen with Doc.
Oh no, Doc has zero tolerance. It's Doc's way of the highway. Doc's not gonna negotiate with you. Giannis, you coming out. And if you got a little attitude, guess what? He gonna let you know. I don't appreciate that. Go sit down. That's just how Doc old school. And one thing Doc's not gonna do that I despise. He's not gonna play young players.
Oh,
I despise it. I despise it because you got to develop Jackson. You have to develop Beauchamp. You have to develop all these players, and he's not even looking like he wants to put them in.
Mike,
they were short the other night, Ken. They were short the other night. I'm like, how you not gonna even play these boys?
Mike, he gonna do this. He gonna look down at the bench and like, okay, yeah, keep going.
It's terrible, man. It's terrible, Ken. Because what if you need them? What happens in the playoff when you need them? And they just like, I'm like, bro, but see, that's my problem when Doc was coming. Doc has never shown that he developed young players. He's always been interested in a rotation that's like 8 or 9 people, and he sticks to that. He plays his veterans, man. If you look at Boston, I mean, if you look at the Clippers, if you look at you remember, hold on, Ken. You remember when we talked, what was it? It was a couple of years ago, we were talking about Maxey. We were saying he needs to let Maxey, come on. He need to give Maxey more space. We need to, no. And what happens? He leave. What Maxey now? Is he all-star?
Yeah, candidate for MVP.
Oh, okay.
Forget the all-star.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. See, this is what I'm saying, Ken. Like, that's the problem I have with Doc, is that he is not going to develop young players. And the terrible thing is, I know we say they want to win now, but the NBA has been around since when? What was it, 1968, I think? Or no, that's something like that. It's been around for a long time. Right? Okay. So let's say this. It's going to continue to be around. Giannis is going to be gone. Dame is going to be gone. What's the future of Milwaukee? People need to be asking that question now. Yes, do we want a championship now? But we need to be asking that question. What does the future look like? And let me tell you what the future in New York looks like. Let me tell you what the future in Boston look like. Those futures look good because they have picks.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? We have nothing, right?
Not a first or a second. Let me stop.
Can If you a Bucks fan, you need to be asking yourself the question, yeah, we want to win now. I'm about now, but I'm also about my future, right? Why we want to retire, right? I ain't trying. I'm trying to work towards, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to like work. You need to look at the future. And the future of the Bucks, man, unless
Something
I
happened.
don't know, man. I don't even know. I mean, that's a show for us to break down maybe
Right.
after the season is over with to really look at. But I'm telling you, man, if they should be panicking about anything, they should be panicking about their future.
They're not
Because
gonna
I
do that.
understand we want to make money now. Yeah, I want to make
Oh,
money
yeah.
now. I want to live. You know, I want to, do my little thing and fly and all. I understand that. But guess what? Time keeps on ticking.
Catches up
Into
with
the
everybody.
future. No doubt,
Oh
man. So any
man,
other trades you want to bring out, Ken?
let's look at the in your home court. So
Yeah.
Oklahoma City,
Mm-hmm.
they pick up Gordon Hayward.
Yeah.
They give away Trey Mann and
Mm-hmm.
Davis.
Which I like Trey, man. But
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
So Mike, what does that do for Oklahoma OKC?
But they needed some veteran presence. You know,
Okay.
they need somebody that's gonna come on and steady them and talk to them about, to me, they need less on court and more off court. Like they need some mature players to come along and really talk to them about how do they get to the next level, right? Because we know teams are not practicing anyway. So you do shoot arounds now. You're not gonna get into the nitty gritty, but you need that veteran guy in the locker room that's gonna say, Gordon can say certain things to SGA, right? He can pull him to the side and say, "Hey, look, okay, this is how you need to." I didn't played against this dude multiple times. I didn't been in the trenches with you know what I'm saying? Like that's what they need now. Do they really need his offense or man? Come on, man. OKC got enough. They got enough shooters. They got enough drivers. I think he will complement them well. I think his game does. He can stretch the floor. He can get to the hole, especially when he's healthy. He's a good free throw shooter. He's a decent, 3-point shooter. So he definitely fits in with the scheme. But I still think that veteran presence, man, they already got dogs. Okay, OKC already got dogs. We already got gamers. They gonna go out and ball with you. I think like the last game they played, man, they got waxed. I think a
Oh
veteran's
yeah.
a veteran presence would be able to say, hold on, man, let's calm down. Let's play our game. Let's focus more. Let's this, let's that. And so yeah, I thought it was a good move, man.
So in this move that they just did, does that give them a legitimate chance to be in the finals, Western Conference Finals, in your opinion?
Oh, I think they had a legitimate chance before that.
Okay.
To be honest with you, I just think there's just some nights, if you watch Oklahoma City play, there's just some nights where they have not, when teams focus on SGA, they have not yet developed a system in which they can continue to be successful, play the same level of defense. It's like as SGA goes, they go. And every now and then Jay will get hot. Every now and then Chet will get hot. Every now and then, but it's mainly SGA. And I think they have to figure out, maybe that's where Gordon comes in at, because he can be another focal point. He can drive things, right? So I think, and maybe that respect too that comes along. He comes on the court. SGA is being double teamed. He's not as effective. Then he can generate some offense and get other guys going. So I think they were already up there. And I'll say this about them: I don't think anybody's sitting around saying, "I want to play the Oklahoma City Thunder in the first round."
No. Oh, that's what
Okay.
L's about to happen.
Okay. I'm just saying, man. I think those dudes are ready to make a deep run, man. And it's gonna be interesting. I mean, like they say, matchups make fights, I think it's the same thing. Whoever they're gonna match up with in the Western Conference in that first and second round is gonna determine. But I would not be shocked if they were in the Western Conference final. Now, I don't think they have enough to make it to the NBA championship. but I
Okay.
think they can make it to the Western Conference Finals. What'd you think?
I think if I look at OKC as I looked at Sacramento last year, I think I told you
Mm,
this before. I just think that getting Hayward gives them some more experience, veteran experience. I put it that
mm,
way. Um, in which you know Sacramento didn't have last year,
mm,
except I can see his face, but I can't think of his name. They just re-signed him. But anyway, um, I think for OKC, let's just say to come out the West, they got a good
mm-hmm.
shot. I think they got a better shot than Sacramento right about now.
Oh
To
yeah,
me,
they
you
do.
know,
I would agree.
um, but um, not be let's just say not having a lot of playoff experience for just that team that hurts because
Mm-hmm.
you looking at your team is like we in the playoffs,
Yeah.
it's do or die.
Mm-hmm.
So you know but as far as I'm concerned, I think that in the West, OKC has a legitimate chance to get into the NBA finals. So
Yeah. Yeah. I'm more scared of them than I am the Warriors. I'm more scared of them than I am LA. I mean, the only other team that probably would scare me is the Nuggets
oh yeah.
and the Clippers. I'm
Oh
more
yes.
I'm more scared of them than I am the Phoenix Suns because man, OKC play defense, man. They get hungry, man.
They're
They're
young.
like they're like a train that just keep coming, man. You like, man, when is the train gonna stop, man? Like man, pull the horn, man. Slow up. I didn't see them walk folks down all year long, man. They down by 10, they down by 15, and they just walk you down and send you home. So it's that one of those teams where every night you're going to have to play your hardest. That's why I say they're a dangerous team to play in a 7-game series, man, because if you do not play your top level ball, you going to Cancun. And so yeah, in the West, you know, I would probably say under the Clippers, they're the most dangerous team to the defending champs. I mean, the
Okay.
Clippers, man, as long as Kawhi and Paul George stay healthy, and
Yeah.
and 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 Harden is he's still patting the ball, but he's playing a lot better, man. Less, I think, 101. But man, I saw Powell took a shot the other day, and they had to take him out the game. Oh
Oh
yeah, he
really?
got elbowed by Durham. Durham for Detroit. He a big boy, man. He
Right.
took one of them blows and yeah, he was down for a minute, man. So, if long as the Clippers can stay healthy. Okay, Ken, let me ask you a question. And I know we're going to close out the show here in a minute, but
Okay.
if any team out of the West you wanted to see in the NBA championship, who would it be?
I would say just on my I'm gonna say my buy OKC. And the reason why I say that, I just think they got a solid team. They young.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's going to be, let's just say that's going to hurt them in some instances, it's going to help them in other instances. I like their team, Mike, to be honest with you. I like SGA. That's a bad brother. A bad brother.
Yeah, he is.
And
Yeah, he is.
they got some no name,
Oh
if you
man,
say, you'd be like, who?
Jay
Getty.
Will, J Dub. Yeah, I mean they
Yes.
got some ballers on that team, man, and a lot of them contribute. I guess, man, I want to see the Clippers, man. I want to see the
I,
Clippers get to they've been knocking on the door forever. And finally that they're healthy. I'm kind of a bit twitched because I don't like players that just jump around, man. And
mhm.
I feel like Harden has jumped around everywhere and
No,
try to get a ring, this thing. So that's kind of a
a
you know
negative.
but I wouldn't. Again, man. If he go through it, he earned it. He should get it. So I'm not mad at him at all. If the way he's playing right now and the sacrifices that he's making, if they win a chip, I ain't mad at him, man. I'm gonna tip my hat to him.
You
Okay.
know, some I hate to interrupt you real quick, but
Mhm.
out of all of them that's on that Clipper team, the one that I would really like to see get a ring is Westbrook.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. I mean that too. I mean that
Yeah.
too. You know, I would like to see. Hopefully the ring would humble him a little bit, but you know,
Right, I know.
you know how Russ Russ that dude, man. So I
Mhm.
just, you know what I'm saying, man. I can't have nothing but love for Russ, man. But I would be definitely happy, man, to see them on that level, man. I think it'd be exciting for the other LA team to be there, and I think they got the talent. But we'll have to see. I mean, we getting close to the All-Star game.
Oh,
The
we're
trades out of
gonna talk
any,
about
yeah,
we're gonna talk about that next show.
no doubt. Any other trades, brother, before we get out of here?
No, those. I mean, there were some other trades that we could have talked about, but those were the two that I wanted to really kind of emphasize. New York, Bogdanovich, they picked him up. I thought it was a great pick for them. Gives them some outside shooting, which they sorely need. But
Yeah, again, man, New York. It's exciting to see New York get better.
it is. I think it's.
But New York ain't going nowhere, bro.
Okay, I
Bogdanovich
mean,
he don't play no
yeah,
D. I mean, they don't.
defense was.
I mean, I just when I look at these cats, man, and they all excited. New York won the trade, and they got Alex Burke back, and Alex, all them dudes just shoot, okay, and what you have to understand again is what the Bucks understood, and what Phoenix understood, what LA is still experiencing right now. Just because you bring players on, what just happened in New York? They got waxed.
Oh
Okay, with their
shoot,
new players in there.
they
Okay,
got beat
just
down.
that's what I'm saying. You can't. This is a process, man. And just because you bring people together, and again, we will emphasize they don't practice. There is no practice time because you have to rest, and then you're flying to another city. So all you're doing is getting a shoot around in. If you have a long home stance, you may get one or two. The Bucks are home for 5 games. They probably get a little practice in today. Probably got it in this morning. They going home. They gonna chill. They gotta sleep because tomorrow they got to play the champs. They're
Yeah.
gonna come in and do their little workout routine. Blah blah. There is no practice, folks. And the only way you can get chemistry together is practice or do it on the fly. And that's what these teams are doing. So when we see New York bring in new dudes and they get blowed out, you shouldn't be shocked
No,
because they're trying to figure. What did Doc Rivers say? He said, he said Patrick Bev called out a play that they used to call out. He said he doesn't even use that play anymore. And he was laughing. He was like, why is this dude trying to run the off? He just got here. But Pat assumed they were still running the same thing. So what I'm
Doc was
saying,
there.
no practice. Average Iverson. Practice. You talking to me about practice? Like, we don't. Everybody thought he was dissing practice. No, he was saying we don't need practice. Oh man. Great show, brother.
All
Great
right,
show,
same here,
man.
man.
And folks, we love your comments, Ken.
Man.
They get down in the comments, don't
right.
they? We love your comments. Keep them coming. Keep the dialogue happening. And we we like whether you agree or disagree. Every comment has its value, and every word teaches the reader something about the commentator. Listen, folks, the world of sports unites us. Let us therefore keep this unity in our everyday life. This is why they play the game.